Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Lewis Speaks 2024, and I want to talk to you all about the importance of making yourself a limited edition. Recently I saw a news article where the MTA, which is Mass Transit Authority in the city, in NYC, decided to put a local artist, a Bronx born artist, on the back of a Metro card. They decided to print only 50,000 copies of this Metro card. And they let people know that it was a limited time only and that this was a limited edition series. And so you saw so many people flock to the vending machines to get one of these Metro cards. And I'm realizing that if I apply that same principle to how I treat my time and my presence in other people's lives, maybe then other people will begin to value me and my presence. Because I realize that lately people don't really value other people. And that's because they feel like you'll always be there. We live in a world, sadly, where people want kindness, they want consistency, but the more consistent you are and the more available you make yourself, the more people don't value you. The more people just treat you like an afterthought. So it's like, on one hand, you want to criticize us for not being present, for not being available and consistent, but then you punish us with taking us for granted and making us feel like a piece of the furniture, you know? And it's like, now I'm realizing the importance of turning yourself into a limited edition item, making sure that you value your time. We all have limited time on this earth. And the thing about it is this: you can't waste your time focusing so much on trying to please other people. You can't waste your time always being the go-to for people that you can't go to. You can't waste your time always being available, because then your stock lowers. Then people don't value you as much. And it's unfortunate that we live in this society. We live in a society where people only value that which is scarce, that which gives you a hard way to go, that which is unavailable. Why do we value the person that treats us like crap, the person that is not available to us, the person that treats us like an afterthought? Why do we value them so much? We're always on this constant chase. It's like this chase is embedded within our psyche. I think a lot of times that chase is really our need for God. We as human beings are created with a desire and a need to worship. And you can see that by how we chase after things. We seek things, we chase after. We were designed to need God. We were designed to seek a higher calling. And that's how you know God exists too, because a lot of people, they're always seeking to evolve. They're always seeking higher knowledge. They're always seeking a new way of being. It's really us, our soul, our spirit crying out for something higher, And this is why we chase after people that don't want us. We're always trying to win them over, win them over, win them over. Really, I think that's just a reflection of our need for God, of our desire for Him, And I'm realizing that, if you want people to value you in this day and age, you have got to make yourself scarce. You've got to make yourself, I wouldn't say distant, but you have got to disappear sometime. Because I realize that by always being present, people really take you for granted. And it's unfortunate. It really is. I just wish that we didn't have to play this game. You don't have to pull a disappearing act just to be valued. When you think about couples and how oftentimes the husband or the wife, they have to either make themselves distant or go away for a minute for their wives or their husbands to value them. It's crazy. But that's just how it is. People take each other for granted. And that's human nature. That's human nature for people to take things for granted. We take our own lives for granted. What makes us think that we won't take the lives of other people for granted? And I'm hoping that that changes. I'm hoping that we really develop this attitude of gratitude and realize that every single day that we have someone in our lives is a blessing. Every single day we have our relatives, we have our loved ones, we have our partners in our lives. That is a gift. Because at any given moment, they could be snatched from us. COVID-19 taught us that. So the people that you take for granted now will be the people that you will miss once they are eternally gone. So that's something to reflect on. And I just wanted to leave that with y'all because, to be honest, this is the reason why we feel we need to turn ourselves into a limited edition item. In a perfect world, our consistency, our availability will be seen as strengths. But in this world, it's seen as a liability. So I guess we got to play the game. This is why people, they don't return your phone call until after 5 days and have all these formulas and these rules. They just want to be valued. That's it. All of these rules, when you really, really melt it down and get down to the bare bones of it, it's just people wanting to be loved and wanting to be valued. That's it. It's also people wanting power. They're wanting some kind of control over their lives. They're wanting some kind of investment. They want to matter to somebody also. They want to mean something to someone. They want to know that they have some kind of influence. They want to know that they have an influence in someone's lives or life, and that their presence is not in vain. That's what people want to know. They want to know, if I'm going to commit to loving you, will you make me regret it? Will you actually try to value me? Will I be valued by you? That's what the question is. It's really, like I said, when you break it, it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science, but people make it to be rocket science. And the thing is, your partner, your friends, your family, people in general, they will not always value you. This is why you have to value yourself enough to make yourself scarce, to turn yourself into a limited edition item when you feel as though you're not being valued. Okay, I see that you're too busy to prioritize my needs. That's fine. I'm going over here where I am loved, seen, supported, and valued. And sometime over here is actually you returning to self, you returning home. And that's the thing.